So what we'll do is next set is going to be a bunch of
Surprise!
yes.
Look at the
So
camera.
it's not going to be like a super surprise or anything. It's going to be like fun questions I'm going to ask. Okay. So if Thicket Tales had a mascot inspired by nature, what animal or plant would best represent the spirit of your educational adventures and why?
I would tell elephant.
Okay.
Somebody who is warm, somebody
Okay.
who is very wise.
Okay.
And
Cute and big.
if agitated and then they give warning calls
Nice.
and then charge.
Okay.
What would you not tell?
Monkey. Okay.
Little personal bias there because
Sure.
I like monkeys a lot, but because I think playful,
Okay.
curious,
Nice.
and very related to humans. So it's not monkeys, maybe apes.
Sure,
Some one of the
sure,
apes,
sure,
maybe chimpanzees.
Sure.
Makes more sense.
Plants.
Fancy.
I was thinking banyan tree for some reason.
Why? Because it's big.
Big and you can play even in a banyan tree.
Nice.
Yeah, it is actually a
Fun
flower.
it is.
Okay.
There's monkeys in the banyan trees.
Nice. Elephants also can stand below the bank.
Yeah, see,
Anybody can stand below the
inclusive, shade giving, and local.
Fantastic. Super. Okay, second question. If you could magically transport your students to any natural wonder in the world for a day for exploration, where would you take them and why?
We wouldn't take them anywhere.
Lalbagh.
Yeah, we wouldn't. So the whole aspect is, can they fall in love with their own backyard and
Sure,
see
sure.
what's
But if you were to,
That's why
If
I
you
said
were-
Bangalore itself is
That's
magical.
why I said
Okay,
Lalbagh
so-
and
Namma
I would
uru,
say-
Bengaluru.
okay, so sweet.
If then we are working in Bangalore,
Sure.
if we work in
No,
Bangalore,
Then it will be some other Uru.
Yeah. So the whole, like I said Lalbagh and Sai doesn't even want that. The whole
Right.
idea is that let them know what's here. No.
Understood.
Yellow, but yellow.
yeah,
Sure.
the whole maybe serious question answer to that is anytime anybody thinks nature, it should be like you take a
Around
bus
them.
flight, go to Jim Corbett, take a safari, see a tiger.
Right.
That's not the case.
Sure.
Nature is everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. Sweet. Third question. We've had all those aha moments in nature where, you know, something just clicks, right? Can you share a funny or memorable story of a student's reaction to a nature lesson
Yeah, it's done.
that took them by surprise?
That took them or us?
Both of you.
Okay, so there was this one. So when rivers flow, there is a stage called when they meander. Okay?
Right.
So they go like that, right? So I asked them why does the river do that, and one of them said, "Akka, ಅದು straight ಆಗಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕ ಇರೋ ಗ್ರಾಮಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನೀರು ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. So
Okay.
ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ it can cater to all the villages around and then go to the ocean. So it's better utilized. And I was like,
We didn't
So
know
somebody
what to
planned it that way.
yeah. So that's why the river is flowing.
Flowing that
It
way.
knows.
So
Sure.
that it knows it has
It
to
knows.
filter ದಾರಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನೀರು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು.
So cute. Nice, yeah. Imagine you're hosting a nature-themed talent show for your students. What unique talents or skills do you think they would showcase, inspired by their love for the outdoors? And you know, even if you wanted to showcase something, what would that?
Yeah, I think we'll name it after each of the wild animals.
Okay.
Like each has phenomenal, good, strong characters. Like elephant, who's very like accommodative leader, right? And then tiger is, for example, is a very territorial and like if it comes, like this is my
Strikes.
area.
Sure.
Monkeys
Yeah.
are incredible societal people,
Right.
right? So maybe we'll base it on Bannar Gettas, wild animals. Like we will use Dole, the wild dogs.
Okay.
They're they're my favorite species to study. Like so much you can learn from them.
Could you share
the
a bit
pact-
more about that?
So the way the pact works, and then if you start observing or learning, it's so nice, right? You learn literally the life skills.
Right.
And one time I was at BRT and we were researching on something. There were a pack of doles that hunted a deer. They came this way, this way.
Like right in front of you.
Yeah, like we were at other mountain and the past mountain there. It just drove them to the river basin,
Right.
and we could literally hear it give the last call, and it was so emotional.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Sure, yeah.
it just meandered,
Sure.
but then maybe we'll name it after wild animals.
Nice. Very nice. Okay. So, As nature enthusiasts, what's the most unexpected creature encounter you've had while out exploring, and how did you handle it?
My favorite memory was to see a tailor bird weave its nest.
Wow.
Like, if you don't know, maybe
No.
you might have known.
Yeah.
So tailor birds' nests are like 2 leaves or 3 leaves together. As the name suggests, they take twines, threads, cobwebs, and then they stitch it together.
Wow.
It's so intricate, and you see the entire process, and then they go lay eggs. That's my, like, I can't replace that. So recently, I went to a safari at Bandipur, and I saw a tiger piss and mark the territory.
Right.
That's like my childhood dream. Like
Right.
I could, like, I've dreamt
Always
of seeing
wanted
that,
to, yeah.
but then this could never replace the memory of seeing a tailor bird. That's a
I know.
common bird across India. Maybe
not
South
sure.
India. South India, that's my favorite memory. Like,
Something that I encountered, that you said something after that, Alva.
Encountered that, your experience about it. Anything that, might have scared you or
Monkey.
inspired you or changed
Yeah,
your...
I saw monkeys meeting for the first time, very unexpected.
Okay.
It was very quick, and I was like, whoa, I couldn't even see
It was
Oh,
quick?
Yeah.
that stopped mine.
But-
Like, mine is like
No, but then
nest.
Yeah, it took
It's
so
like
long.
But
monkey.
hers was also serious. But after that, I've seen I think I've seen parakeets meeting, and those are things that you don't go to see. It
Right.
just happens unexpectedly. Then I'm just like, wow, okay. But I anyway
Yeah.
wanted to tell this one. So when I was a kid,
Yeah.
there's this thing that, like, with our friends, they used to tell, like, if you go to a cow and do, it will come chasing.
Yeah.
And I was very curious. When I was cycling, I went to the cow. I did that. It started chasing me.
Really?
Yeah.
Now
don't
I
know.
want to do that.
Yeah, and then I went cycling around my street, came back,
So it was just following you?
Yeah, yeah. And then I went and hid behind a car, after that it ran off. But after that, yeah.
Okay.
That is
I didn't know
fascinating.
this. Yeah. I definitely
Easily she
because I
talked.
remember this sound these folks would do to call it back to its home and sort of direct
Oh,
it.
that's
in a
why it
certain-
came. That it
Yeah,
thought
not to like-
Mrunali is the home.
Yeah, exactly. See?
I'm so proud
It's
of myself.
not to like provoking it and
Yeah.
running
Yeah,
away.
but that's how our friends used to speak. Oh, Kardar, will come behind you.
Oh,
So
ah,
I
oh,
was like very curious. I wanted
Correct.
to-
So it was like home, and you were like, oh, it's
Aye. So, commitment is.
so sweet.
this Gen Z problem.
Money again is
Okay, nice. Okay, this one I really like. So I want to know what you think. So if you could create a new outdoor classroom anywhere, complete with all the amenities you need, what would it be? And what would it have, like special features, and what all do you want it included?
I think none of our features would be special.
Sure.
That's
But again, all of our, whatever we have would be simple and yet so special for
Right.
us.
Right.
Yeah, so we recently moved into office,
Mhm.
and luckily in Bangalore we have a backyard, an office that has an open
Fantastic.
space. So I am very intrigued by this whole concept of open play.
Right.
So there are objects that you can use for multiple things.
Okay.
And
Could
the
you
most
elaborate?
open play is like stick, buckets, stones, twines and all. So what it essentially means is if there's a car, the car could be just a car.
Right.
But a stick can be a rocket,
Okay.
but
It can
could
be
also
to hit
be
someone with.
something
You can
else.
throw a boot.
Yeah.
Row with it, right? So that's a fantastic area to explore, and we have a lot of open play materials and lot of sensory-ish thing for children to play. And we did experiment. We are working with bunch of little of our
Nice.
boys on summer, and they had sessions on open play.
Nice.
And if you leave these children in indoors, in 2 minutes they'll fight. They're like,
Right.
akka nanke car beku, ninke gun beku, blah blah. But then if you leave them outside, there were stones, and then there was a one large pole. So they made seesaw, and then it became what is it? Like they jump and go no. Hurdle race.
Hop.
Hurdle race thing.
Hop.
And then balancing thing they used with one tree trunk. and then they painted it.
You could do so much with it.
Yeah,
Wow.
so love with the open play,
Nice.
and then we will also have some scientific equipment so that they can build on the
Sure.
inquiry.
So I think basically it will be like an indoor space where they can chill and relax only when it's hot. Or made bartide.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time they can be outside learning, exploring. And the indoor space can facilitate other forms of learning.
Correct.
Very nice.
But sadly, Bangalore is becoming hotter.
Yes.
So I'm scared.
Yeah.
We will use the indoor space more often than not.
Yeah. Just hope it gets better. And
I have no hopes.
hopefully our children. You have hopes?
Climate,
I have no hopes.
climate change is real. So,
I know. I agree.
so stop telling it's not real.
Yeah.
Tell me the
Please,
camera
I
side.
think
Climate change is real.
Definitely. Climate change is real. For sure. I agree. 100%. Okay. As educators who blend nature with learning, what's the wildest experiment or activity you have tried with your students, and did it result in any unexpected discoveries?
The entire curriculum itself is wild.
Is wild, yes. Because it's also in the wild.
Tell you. That day, so in one of our other schools, not wild, but the same one day at Banagata,
Sure.
this one of these kids, he put off on Maradinda, he took off a branch, he put it in his mouth because his role was a herbivore and he was walking.
Oh, like literally like put it in his mouth and then what?
And then he was
Chewing it.
chewing it around. I think he got some.
Oh, okay.
some-
So it was like a dramatized version.
Yeah,
of that.
yeah. And these other kids started so I think they got, they were fighting, I thought, when the round was happening. And I was like, why are they fighting? They were trying to catch that. They were all dolls, I think, and they were trying to get that herbivore. And I assumed it was a fighting, but they're trying to get him down and capture him.
Okay.
So, I don't know if this answers your question.
No, sure, yeah.
So basically, entire curriculum itself is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
You can't imagine like learning.
Anything that you remember that's, like, wow, this is not what I expected children to do, or this is not what I intended the class to be like, Like exactly like that, like she said, this child is like holding it, walking.
So maybe the Sabarish Cushion.
No, so this ideas that they come up with are like so like nange strike agala.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Could you share one or two?
Yeah. So here when they were redesigning ASV,
Right.
they said gaadi sakatila, belakila, and then they said we're going to make a wall, and that wall will have multiple holes in it, so that wind and light can come in.
Yeah.
So then, that's something beyond just windows
Correct.
and doors, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow.
That is
Like,
actually,
yeah.
I mean, like interior designers, I'm sure, think on those lines, right?
Yeah.
Which
It's
is-
very
which is so cool.
architectural solution to it.
And also, I think there were these bunch of children who said they want a swimming pool up in our terrace. So I'm like, okay, that is interesting. And Ankit, who wanted, birds chirping.
That
And
line is stuck in my head.
yeah,
So,
what is that
this
line?
voice,
This
what-
swimming
birds
pool-
chirping, bees buzzing.
And
And one more.
Ankit, no? Mohan or somebody.
Ankit or Mohan, one of them.
Somebody. Okay. So even with the swimming pool, we had a lot of brainstorming. Like if we construct, we can't use it for anything.
Right.
Then they came up with like air inflatable so we can play, and then take that
Oh,
off
like a-
and then keep it aside.
Like you
Then
close the swimming pool, keep it in the shelf and
and
take
then
it out,
play.
open it.
And then I really loved how they redesigned your corridor.
Right.
They wanted to play, but then the resources has to be less.
Right.
So they were like, okay, can we play? What is that game? Da? Let's go no. In our stop motion also is there.
Arcade
Coco.
games, Coco.
And then they'll make it as a coco pit, it seems,
Okay.
or kabaddi pit.
Yeah, they love Coco.
And then they'll play, nothing to do. And then in your terrace, they'll have a gym at an end,
Very nice.
and then musical instrument, and pool. Pool is dismantleable.
Right.
And then these are storable. These are all storable.
They also wanted a speaker in their washroom
Right.
so that they want so that they can listen to music.
Music,
Yeah.
watch videos,
Yeah.
watch movies, sit there forever. Yeah.
So the wild part is that the children's
Right.
ideas,
I think
Ideas,
children
I
are
think.
wild. Their ideas are wild.
Yeah.
the ideas,
Sweet. Okay. Nature is full of fascinating sounds, from chirping birds to rustling leaves. If you had to choose a nature-inspired soundtrack for a day at Thicket Tales, what would that be?
Nature inspired
Soundtrack. So
Track.
like, yeah, if you think,
What?
so if you think about Thicket Tales, what is the soundtrack that you can think of? Like, what is the closest to Thicket Tales' say philosophy, vision, mission, or something like that?
Sometimes.
Or the people at Thicket Tales, like, you know, what kind of a soundtrack represents nature soundtrack that represents Thicket
Is
Tales?
it Barbets Kutru Kutru? Or is
No,
it
I
that
think-
Did You Do It bird? What is it? What is it? Lapwing. That's
Okay.
lapwing. Telling, did you do it? Did you do it? Us telling children, was that your idea? Was that your idea? Was that you?
Yeah, something
We
of those
should
lines.
play that.
Yeah,
Did
do you
you
wanna
do
play
it? There's a bird called lapwing,
Okay.
and that sound goes something like, did you do it?
Lapwing call and something.
So, okay, nice. Okay. So
As
this
in,
is,
it will not
I learned,
directly tell, did you do it? It
I learned so
sounds
much
like,
from,
did you do it?
Lapwing call, okay. That's good. Thank you so much, Sai.
That's all, huh?
Yeah, thank you so
Shall
much,
we like
Mrunali.
this round?
We loved having you on the show.